Hello, everyone, and welcome to the shelter. If you don't already know, as you play Last Shelter, new structures, technology, APCs, and much more will start to get released to you over the course of time as you play. Some of these structures are very straightforward, while others may be slightly confusing. I've had a lot of responses about the Hopeness Lab, and it seems that a lot of you are confused about it, how to use it, and what it does. Today, the video is going to be focused solely on the beginnings of the Hopeness Lab, what it is, the details of how to use it, and what the overall goal of adding it into your fold. Remember, like the video if you like the video, subscribe for more content, leave a comment, let me know what you want to do, and look for those lives. I do at least one a week. All right, warmongers. So in between Doomsday Season 1 and Season 2, level 25 bases will have access to build a new structure called the Hopeness Lab. But what is it and how do we use it? To describe the lab in a generalized way would be to say that it's a way for players to add extra buffs or skills directly to your heroes. This building has a few different aspects to it in order to do that. So let's talk about each one individually and how we can use it. Let's take this step by step so that we can fully understand what each aspect of the building does and how to access each part of it. First, let's click on the actual building itself. From inside our base, you will be presented with 5 options: station, details, upgrade, reconstruct, and extract. Now, most of these you should already be familiar with. Upgrade is just how you upgrade the building. The Hopeness Lab has a max level of 10. You can find out this information by clicking details of the building. The details option will have a full breakdown of what you get for every level. The big benefit here is that it will grant you free reconstructions every day. Now, we'll talk about what a reconstruction is because that is the biggest part to the Hopeness Lab a little later on. Now, station obviously will allow you to station any heroes that may apply to the Hopeness Lab. As for now, the main hero that can be stationed there will be Starburst, who is a Season X hero you should have access to around the same time you get the Hopeness Lab, and you can get her through your hero token shop around the same time. Now, the 2 main buttons that we're going to be focusing on today will be Reconstruct and the Extract button. The majority of your time using the building will be under the Reconstruct button. If we click on this, we'll be taken to a whole different screen with a lot of new stuff. The first time you open the Reconstruct tab, you'll be shown a brief explanation of what is going on. If you're anything like me, it would have gone way over your head and you have no clue what it's talking about. So let's walk through it so that we have a good understanding of what is going on and what we should be doing. On the main screen, you will see 4 buttons that are clickable, 3 at the top right and 1 at the bottom center. The main one that you're going to be using is going to be the Start Reconstruction button at the bottom. I can better explain the other buttons after we discuss the main function of the building. If you click on the Start Reconstruction button, you will be shown a brief explanation screen of what to do, but you're going to be shown a completely different screen than what they showed you, which to me is just very confusing. After that window is closed out, you're going to be on a screen that shows you all of your heroes. To sum this up, basically any legendary hero that has the potential to be quote-unquote reconstructed, or you can add buffs or skills through the Hopeness Lab, will be presented here. In order for a hero to qualify for reconstruction, they will need to hit a minimum level of 40, and you will need to use a legendary medal to gain access to these features. You will also be alerted when a hero meets qualification in the Hero tab. If you look at your legendary combat heroes, you're going to see a new symbol just above their level, and if you click on it, one of two things will happen. The first is that it will ask you to qualify them for reconstruction and let you use a medal. The second is that it's going to show a little pop-up window and give you all the information about their skills, if they have any, and then have a button to take you to the reconstruction page in the Hopeness Lab. Now keep in mind, in order for a hero to meet qualification, you will need to use an appropriate medal. Sadly, you cannot use skills on basic legendary heroes. You can only use them on SP or season heroes. The second, you cannot use basic legendary hero medals on any season hero in order to qualify them. It has to be another season hero medal. It does not have to be the same season, but it has to be a season hero. SP heroes can use basic legendary medals in order to qualify them. Now, once you have qualified a hero, you will be able to reconstruct them. So let's get back to the Hopeness Lab and go from there. Back on the hero screen, you'll see 3 categories in your heroes. Obtained qualifications, if there are any qualified by using a medal. Obtained qualifications available, which means you can use a medal in order to make them qualified, or the requirement not met, which means they haven't hit level 40. If we click on a hero that does have the qualification, we're going to be shown a new screen. If we click on the hero that does meet a qualification and you have already used a medal on them, a small pop-up window will show. Now this window will show your hero at the top left corner of it, and there should be 4 buttons on the top right. The small information button will show you a breakdown of the chances of getting a specific quality of skill. There will be 3 other buttons on the top right. The trophy will not be accessible in the beginning, but will show a leaderboard of the top skills for the hero. You can also share your skills with the share button, and below those 2 will be preferences. This button will allow you to select 3 skills you have already obtained and increase your probability of getting them as you reconstruct. Now, by how much it improves depends on a ton of other factors. Now, below all this information, you're going to see 5 hexagonal shapes and on the far right that says tap to acquire flexibility. Now, flexibility we are going to discuss shortly. Below all of this is the reconstruct button. Now, if you played around with this before, you may have skills showing in this section already, but if you have not played with this, then all of your area should be blank. Let's click reconstruct and get this party started. The window will change slightly, and the hexagon shapes will be replaced with a middle screen that says waiting for reconstruct, or if you already have skills, it will show the skills that are assigned to that hero. Below this is the main clickable features of this lab. You will see normal mode and advanced mode selectable buttons. The Hopeness Lab runs on polymer crystals. The amount of crystals you have will allow you to reconstruct the hero as many times as you can, meaning you can keep trying to get different skills for the hero. Every time you click on reconstruct, you will consume polymer crystals in order to randomly select 4 different skills. Your first reconstruct of the day should be free, and it should say that under the normal button mode. However, once you use up your free spins, so to say, it will show you how much crystal you will need in order to perform the reconstruct again. Basically, how many crystals to randomize the results and give you new skills. The skills that are given to you in the Hopeness Lab come in various qualities, just like your equipment or heroes. The color will determine whether it is a common, rare, epic, or legendary skill. The various general skills will all be the same, but the quality of the skill will make it stronger or weaker. A legendary skill will have more buffs added into it than the common version of the same skill. Intelligent reconstruction means that if you have this button clicked, it will continuously roll the dice and consume polymer crystal until you get a minimum of an epic quality skill, which is the purple one. How many crystals that will totally consume is a random number. It could be immediately, or it could be in 10 rolls. But with one click, you will be guaranteed at minimum an epic skill as long as you have enough crystals to support that feature. Now, crystals can be obtained through many various functions of the game. You can get them through events, through the supply hub, trading posts, commercial hub, etc., etc. Now, every time you consume a crystal, you will get what's called decay energy. Now, the decay energy will start the discussion of the advanced mode section. Advanced mode will use crystal and decay energy in order to give you a higher chance of obtaining a special skill or ability that is way more unique. Every time you construct with advanced mode, you will need to have at least 100 decay energy. You can see how much decay energy you have above the advanced mode selection. The symbol for decay energy will be there with how much you currently have and a plus sign. The plus sign will allow you to spend legendary hero medals in order to obtain more decay energy. You can also purchase decay energy packs within the game stores. Special ability skills will also be separated into qualities, with epic and legendary giving the most buffs possible. Most people will utilize normal mode for the majority of the time. After you click on normal mode and hit the reconstruct button, you will be shown 4 skills. You can click on each skill in order to learn the details about it. At the bottom left of the skill, it will tell you how quote-unquote strong it is. The higher the number here, the stronger it technically is. To the bottom right of the skill information, you will see a small lock symbol, and it will be either open or closed. If it is open, the next time you hit reconstruct, you will lose that skill and be able to replace it with a new one. If you close it or lock it by clicking on it, you are saying you want to keep this specific skill, but you want to re-roll the other options. Every time you lock a skill, the cost of reconstruction per roll will go up. The more skills locked, the more crystals you will need to spin again. The good thing about this is that you have more control over what skills you want to keep and which you want to get rid of. So keep in mind, nothing is permanent here. You can always change things later on. Now, once you made your selections, if any, on keeping any skills, you will click save at the bottom right. Every time you spin and find a skill you want to keep, you will need to click save in order to lock it in place. Once you are satisfied with the skills you have gotten or are out of crystal, you will click on done again and be taken to the hero summary screen. You will see the current skills this hero has active and specific to just them. While we're here, let's talk about the last option in this summary screen called flexibility. If you click on this, you will be shown flexibilities that you have, if you have any at this time. And you can select which ones you want to add to this hero, basically giving this hero a 5th and final ability. But how do we get flexibilities? Because if you're new to this and you clicked on it, you probably don't have anything showing there. So if we go back to our main base view and click on the Hopeness Lab again, that extract button we were talking about will be the one we click on. After clicking the extract button, you will be taken to a very familiar looking screen. This is pretty much the same screen you see when you are recruiting heroes. Now, flexibilities are able to be obtained using marker crystals. Marker crystals are basically the same thing as super recruit tickets. You will have to obtain marker crystals through purchasing packs, getting events, using VIP points, or any other way of getting them. They are not very easy to come by. And after you get marker crystals, you can come back to this page and use them. Basically, you are recruiting skills the same way you recruit heroes. On the bottom right, you will see a button with the words flex points under it. Similar to special recruiting pools, where you're guaranteed a special group of heroes after using a specific amount of tickets, you will get flex points every time you use a marker crystal to get abilities. Now, you can select what ability you want to put in there, but after you reach a certain amount of flex points, you will be able to claim that skill and use it in one of your heroes. Now, after you collect the abilities from this extract tab, you can back out and go to the reconstruct main screen to see them again. This is where the 3 buttons will come into play. The publicity of high quality abilities is not going to be used for a bit. This is going to be a ranking board of skill combos per commander. The My Records will show you all the special abilities and top abilities that you have obtained through reconstruction or recruitment. And the last button here, Powerhouse, is the one that we're going to be utilizing in order to see our recruited abilities and to mess with them. Once you have used a marker crystal to gain ability or obtain special abilities through other means, you will be able to combine duplicates to make the quality of the skill go up by using the breakthrough button, or you can break down abilities from higher quality status to lower quality and also gain polymer crystals for splitting certain abilities. An ability can be leveled up to a legendary status. If you level any of these skills up to a legendary status, you will be able to choose a special ability. The majority of the special ability will allow extra troops to be applied to the hero's squad. You can then assign any of these abilities to any of the heroes that you choose by going to the reconstruction screen, selecting the hero, and then assigning the flex ability in that last tile. When you click on that tile, you will be shown all the abilities you have and then be able to assign one to a hero. If you already have a flex skill assigned to the hero, you can swap it for another by clicking on the arrow circle at the top right of the flex ability information. And that's it. Short, right? Using the Hopeness Lab will add some significant buffs to your heroes and their squads or formations that will make your APC that much tougher and stronger. It is important that you do not overlook it. Just like with heroes, it's important to read each skill and have a basic understanding of what it does and what your hero does so that you can add skills that will complement that hero. If you have a hero that is primarily used for defending your base, you may not want to have them have a siege attacker skill, but primarily focus on siege defender skills. At the end of the day, these skills can make all the difference between an APC with a lower level hero and troops beating a higher level APC hero and troops. They can even make the difference between equal opponents. Play with it. There is nothing in this that cannot be undone. Nothing in this lab is permanent. You will get free reconstructs as you go every day. And by playing with it, you're only making them stronger. You're not making them weaker. Realize that you are not going to be screwing anything up. And there is a lot of opportunity to get polymer crystals throughout the game for free. So do it. And that's it. That's the Hopeness Lab. If you have any further questions about it, please feel free to ask in the comments below. Do not let it intimidate you, because this will be able to make a difference in seasons 2 and 3 for tile taking and for attacking other bases and tournaments and everything else. Skills will make as much of a difference as the parts in your APC will, and that is a huge deal. I hope this helped you a little bit understand how to use it. Remember, like and subscribe if you want more videos, more content, comment for more topics. Look for those lives. I try to do one once a week, and that's it. Help each other out. Look out for each other. Work with your alliance. Work with your people. You're a team. You're a family. Help each other. And remember, until next time, get stronger, look out for each other, and be safe out there.